Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 2 now of the Grand Finals here at the DreamLeague LAN Finals. I'm ODPixel, this is Draskell. We've got OG up against Na'Vi. Now, we said Na'Vi needed to do something a little bit different here in Game 2. Switching up the order of draft, obviously opening with the Ditchara Lifestealer, finishing with the Dendi Windranger. OG, I'm looking at their lineup, and yet again, we're seeing this Phoenix, we're seeing this Earth Spirit, we're seeing this... I mean, this is OG getting what they want.
Yeah, I think that it's all comfort zone, but you could kind of say the same thing about Na'Vi. You know, in general, he's been playing the Night Stalker type heroes, he's been playing the Slardar type heroes for a little while now. Ditchara, Lifestealer, not really the most difficult in terms of execution, and we know that Ditchara has brought his A game for most of the tournament so far, so expecting big things out of him too. I'm just a bit curious about the Juggernaut pick. I think it's only because of Healing Word, actually. I think that's the main thing, and plus they can put it mid. Because as soon as I saw the Juggernaut pick and they already have like Void and then the Darkseer on top of that, it's like, well, clearly the Juggernaut has to go mid, right? It's like the only hero. Darkseer can do okay in that matchup, but I don't think that you want to put the Juggernaut in either of the side lanes because both the Lifestealer and the Slardar are pretty hard targets to deal with in that regard. So we'll have to see how the lanes work out because I think that's going to be a huge part of this game for Na'Vi. If the Chen can't have any influence, which against OG's heroes, it's not easy. Like Void has good escape mechanisms. You need good creeps to kill the Darkseer. Jug can spin away, you know, Earth Spirit has great mobility, and Fly is probably not going to be out of position very much because he's a Phoenix. He mostly just stands behind heroes in the early game and then soaks a lane later. I think that the art style rotations are going to be key.
And if anyone is going to pull out the Chen rotation successfully, you know, art style, I don't know what the stat is, but he's played a lot of games of Chen this final.
He certainly has played a lot of games of Chen in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he loves the hero. He really does, and we've seen him have some really impressive kind of starts in the laning stage. Sometimes it's struggled to transition well into the later portions, but we'll indeed keep eyes on Artstyle to see how he performs this time around. Seneko will be able to find the early D ward down here on the bottom lane. Moon actually has Crit hanging around as well, so this kind of Darkseer Spirit combination is going to hang around bottom and try and put as much pressure as they can onto Seneko and Ditchara. Elsewhere, top lane. No tail and Fly, just forcing General back. The good old Sunray doing what it can. And I mean, the mid lane matchup, it is going to end up what we kind of expect. So Miracle on the Jug up against Dendi's Windranger. Miracle has got the poor man's shield. That is going to help out a lot against this Windranger. And in a sense, I mean, does the Jug still just do fine in this combination? Yeah,
I think you just get bottle, you max spin. Yeah. You know, you spin out the creep wave when Dendi's going to go for a power shot to get the runes and whatnot. So it's going to be fine. Couple of points in a Healing Word definitely won't hurt. Again, I think it's more about the ward than anything else for this pick, just to give your team some sustain. Because up until that point, you know, Phoenix Laser is alright, but Disruptor can be very annoying. You can randomly get blinked on by a Slardar, ran at by a Lifestealer, and then your egg is going to be a little bit more vulnerable, and your Sunray might not be as reliable as it was in the first game, because you don't really have that crazy front line. But I guess if you have the control of the Sphere, the Healing Ward to back it up, and then just the magic immunity of Miracle. Yeah, he should be doing fine in mid lane, and we don't usually see this pick against Slardar and Lifestealer especially, but I think in this niche situation it should be alright.
Looking at the side lanes as well, no doubt on the safe lane Void. It's actually losing out a little bit in terms of CS. It looks like General Slardar was causing a fair few issues because the difference between him and Ditchara's Jug, Ditchara's Lifestealer is apparent at the moment. The question is, I mean, where are we going to see the action first? Obviously, with the Spirit Crit, he's constantly going to be looking for action. Artstyle as well in return on Na'Vi. But as you already mentioned, it's a hard game for Artstyle to find these successful kind of lane ganks against the heroes that OG have. I mean, in that sense, is it a little bit easier for Crit to hit something off with the Earth Spirit?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that Earth Spirit is usually just a really good answer against Chen, because you can, if you hit a Boulder Smash, you either anticipate the Chen's movement and stop his gank, or you get a roll in on someone and on top of his spin, for example, in mid, Miracle can actually kill Dendi if he gets the outside help. And I guess the other place you can look to is perhaps bottom, where there could be a potential kill. They're going to have to harass Moon a lot more, though, if they want it.
I was going to say, Moon getting away with quite a bit here. He's finding all the XP that he wants, nearly touching on to level 4 around this 3-minute mark. But at the same time, I guess there will be a point where Seneko and Ditchara have the potential to catch him out with a nice glimpse, with a nice kinetic field. And especially if they get a +1. If we see Artstyle end up kind of finding his way towards the bottom lane. But at the moment, Artstyle just finding level 3 here in the side camp. Ping's coming out towards top as General still eyes on this one. But it looks like it's just Crit as well. He's making all these movements, but that was an instant smoke dispel.
That's painful, actually, if you're Artstyle.
Nice placement from Crit, just standing standing in the right position at the right time. He's going to get spotted out by General. Can they try and make a play here?
He could have actually crushed that. A little bit of a slow reaction there from General. Or maybe his auto was so long that he didn't have high ground vision. Maybe that actually was a thing. I'm not sure. It seemed really close because the auto attack range is a little bit longer now, 150. So maybe he didn't actually see any autos. It's been known to happen.
All-Stars come up to join General as well now in this top lane. But OG are well aware of this one, and it's just proving to be, for both sides, just a hard game to catch each other out. Everyone playing very, very safely here in this early stages. Now they're trying to make a go on no-tail, but again, he's got the time warp.
This is what they did last time, though, when they were playing against VP. When they see that Artstyle can't really find anywhere to go.
Oh, look at this as well. Crit coming in with the rotation, connects onto General, and this should be a first blood, and it is for no-tail. At the same time, they do find the kill onto Moon. The question is, can OG find anything else up top? They're looking for Artstyle. The kick's going to miss, and Crit actually going to get taken down by Artstyle, so it ends up being a 2-for-2 across the map.
Oh, man.
But the notable one being really no-tail, getting that double kill on this top lane, and now sitting on 1,300 gold on this Faceless Void.
That was a really nice trade, actually, from OG, especially considering no-tail gets both kill credits. That's huge for him. I think is he just going to go straight Vanguard? Sometimes when you're really far ahead in lane, you buy like a casual ring of health, and then you finish the treads instead of going straight up for the Vanguard.
He's just got the, he's just got the Aquila for the time being to help in his lane against General.
That's good too, obviously. Gives you the mana regen. Probably means he's not going to be going Echo Saber either. Saw some safe lane voids in the past go for like the Maelstrom and Echo Saber. I think that was Loda who did that at Epicenter, right?
I think he won the game as well.
Yeah, he won it pretty handily.
I was going to say that was the game where he had a really good void performance.
Yeah, but usually you get like one mana regeneration item, and it's either going to be Aquila or Echo, and it looks like No-Tail's choice is just going to be the Aquila.
I mean, you can see Snake, he's got eyes onto Miracle, but this is such a hard kill. It's a Juggernaut with a Blade Fury. I mean, are you really going to have a chance to get this kind of catch?
I doubt it.
I mean, Miracle's got an Omni Slash. He says, if you want to come into the lane, I'll take you down. The actual cancel casting it there. He's thinking about going for some of the Shackle. It's attempted by Denny, won't connect to Miracle. Blade Fury's out, and the gank not successful. Seneko and Artstyle's time just ending up being wasted in the mid lane.
He knew everything that was going to happen, and Fly casually just refilling the bottle for him, so he doesn't even have to worry about getting the rune. Looks like Navi will be able to secure at least top lane with that regard. I think, you know, the early game is not really going poorly necessarily for either team. Cancel casting the Omni here. Miracle just threatening it.
I mean, General's had it. Look, Na'Vi, they've got loads of heroes coming in, but again, Miracle just Blade Fury's out. In fact, kind of teasing them as he Blade Fury's back in. Fly and Moon have responded, and they're going to surge Miracle up, trying to get him in position to find an Omni Slash, but Snako with the kinetic field drop down and walk away. He'll be fine. And it really is just both teams struggling to find too much action. I mean, if this kind of goes on like this in terms of how both teams are going to farm, do you favor the side of OG or is it Na'Vi?
Well, the rotation's not really working out for Artstyle. Is a bit of a bummer. He lost a creep. He died when he went towards top lane, but he also helped get a secure kill on Crit when they were going in on General. So, like I said, it's about 50-50. You kind of want the Chen to do a little bit more, I think. Maybe help you win the lanes a bit harder, because Fly, he's even level 4 right now. The fact that the Phoenix is the same level as a Chen is a little bit disconcerting. But there's still time to recover, and obviously once Artstyle does hit 6, they'll have that 5-man potential. And we'll have to see how much they're going to be able to get done with that.
Worth knowing as well, in the mid lane, Dendi and Miracle pretty much remain neck and neck. It's in fact just a slight lead for Dendi in terms of the double denies that he's been able to pick up here, but 37-12, 38 for 6.
He's got double null as well. Interesting.
I was going to say, that's just for laning, isn't it? We're not going to see some wacky Veil build, are we?
I don't think so. Veil does not synergize with his team except for the Disruptor. It's not really
that would be
not the item, I don't think.
He just wants to prove he can buy null tallies.
Yep. Well, congratus. He bought some. But this matchup, I think, is more about, because of the poor man shield than just the auto attack damage and animation of Juggernaut's really good once you have phase. He's just trying to stay consistent, wants to be able to farm.
Oh, this could be big. Miracle. He doesn't actually have the Blade Fury for the time being, so Denny leaves it with a focus fire. Sineko's coming with a kinetic field on Miracle in a lot of trouble, and he's got down. They take him down. Big play there, and just punishing that play from Miracle as he does exactly what you said he would do earlier, just Blade Furying the wave down. And that does leave him susceptible to Na'Vi reacting at the right time.
Yeah, it was really close, actually. He might have been able to live. He had 4 stick charges, and his spin was up in about 2 seconds. He just waited a really long time to use Healing Ward because he was being chased by the Centaur. So I'm not sure if he like totally min-maxed that if he ends up spinning and getting through the field or not, but either way, really nice rotation coming in from Artstyle. We talked about the importance of the Chen having some impact, and he found it.
Bottom lane, Crip ready to roll in onto Ditchera. Actually missing the slow and the silence, so Ditchera just turns, starts to chomp.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
Oh boy. The infest out from the man.
Woo.
Means that the Chronosphere is just wasted.
No-Tail must have walked straight down lane, right? Because I think he saw him due to daytime, and the time walk isn't really long enough.
And at the same time, General just picked up a free kill on the top lane onto Fly. Manages to catch him out post Icarus dive. Bottom lane, OG need to be careful as well that they don't lose anything more. Na'Vi 4 for 2 at the moment.
And they can just counter pressure the tower. Like even if this gank doesn't work, it's they know there's no sphere. They know the Phoenix is dead, also not 6. Should be able to at least apply some pressure.
Ditchera's getting very, very scary. He's got that kind of key timing. In fact, the same timing that we saw from No-Tail in game 1. This 10-minute phase boots and armlet. It's very, very scary. And the question is, do they really have heroes to get him in there? It's going to be kind of relying on General getting that Blink Dagger, really to have that frontline hero that's going to be able to jump in and deliver the infest bomb.
Yeah, he's gone for the treads too, so it's going to be a bit delayed. Oh, even finishing the wand. So he just wants to fight now. You don't just finish a full wand without the intention of going into these engagements. Miracle.
I mean, this is really nice as well if they can get this. It looks like they can't quite get the range for the glimpse. Maybe with that mini stun they can, and they do. But he's picked himself up a hatred. The kinetic field's already down. Miracle, he's got an Omni Slash. He's going to use it. Suneko taken down. Could Dendy finish off this joke? No, he can't. Crit coming in, looking to turn it around. Take down Dendy. Miracle with a Blade Fury for the high ground. The final touchdown from Moon with the Iron Shell. And they get themselves the second one. A nearly brilliant play from Na'Vi, but an even better one from OG. You see, as soon as the Blade Fury is used, Suneko reacts with a TP into the mid lane, knowing that there's going to be that opportunity to get the glimpse off. But Crit was there with the backup. Miracle had the Omni Slash, and it was just outplay over the outplay.
Not only that, but the poor man's shield is doing so much work for Miracle. Every time Dendy uses Focus Fire on him, he just takes no damage. Because the poor man's blocked so much of the already reduced Focus Fire damage that you're just not really getting any value out of it at this point. He kind of needs a Maelstrom or needs something else that gives him DPS outside of his double null in his phase, because he's just not working out right now.
I mean, I'm looking at Dendy. Well, you know, on this Wind Ranger, he normally does go for that Maelstrom first. He's picked up a Staff of Wizardry. I mean, is this just part of the Aghanims, or is this force edge? We'll hold that forward because No-Tail coming in, and I'm talking about Denny himself. He's been caught out in the Chronosphere. The backup from OG there, but the Static Storm catches out Moon, catches out Fly. Fly stuck in the kinetic field. Miracle walking across the Shadow Blast isn't enough to bring down Miracle. They've got to run, they've got to hide, but General getting himself back in the Supernova coming through. Burns down Slardar. Blade Fury for Miracle will take down Artstyle. It's a double kill for Moon. Suneko caught out by the stun. Ditchera trying to fight out with the rage, but Moon finds himself a triple kill. They're looking to get even more here with a Boulder Smash for a Crit. Ultra kill for Moon. What a fight for OG. Absolutely brilliant. Fly Supernova, hitting them all hard. And Na'Vi just going too damn aggressive there. And just the Iron Shell damage throughout that entire fight. Moon's placement, the wall to disrupt it all. Na'Vi got destroyed there.
There was a lot of miscommunication in that fight. So the fight goes down, the Wind Run goes off before the Chronosphere, right? But he tries to send him back. And when he sends him back on the Chen and Wind Run's already used, they drop a Static Storm, and then Na'Vi keep going in without their mid player. Like, they know that OG are going to be there in force. There's literally no reason to fight that 4v5 without one of your cores at that stage in the game. It's just not a chance. So Artstyle messed up by sending Dendy back because he was taking no damage inside of the sphere. Then they continue to pursue without their core, lose the fight, get brutalized. That was the biggest mistake I think they've made this entire series in terms of play and execution.
Andy, what's No-Tail doing with his Perseverance? What's the build?
Battle Fury?
Are we going back to Battle Fury Void?
I mean, it could be a thing.
I mean, is he rushing Lincolns because of the glimpse?
No. Come on, that's not a thing, Owen.
Well, I didn't know Battle Fury Void was still a thing. I'm excited to see that.
Actually, No-Tail has bought Lincolns on heroes in the past at very early points in the game, but I don't think it's a Lincolns.
Okay.
He used to do it on Ember, I think. He used to buy, like...
Oh, hello. Goodbye. Or maybe not.
He's really tanky.
Yeah, run away, run away, run away. 1v1 me, Miracle's got a DD.
Oh, the crit. Oh,
finish him.
Feels bad.
Denny, meanwhile, with the help of Suneko, is able to find a kill up in the jungle. Tower as well for Na'Vi, so 1 for 1. They do lose Dichirata on that lifesteal, and that is the big loss for them. Get themselves an objective. I mean, already I feel that this game is it's looking a lot better than game one.
Miracle? You don't have Omni, bro.
This man is potentially a dead one. No, the Chrono's there for Notel, and it's a nice one as well. And the Miracle just turns around, chopping in from outside the sphere. But oh, Dendi with the shackle. The nuke from Artstal. Can they kill off Miracle? The stuns from the Sentinels. They'll get it. Jug's down, but here comes Crit with a 3-man magnetizer. Now Na'Vi. They've got to run the first hit bash from Notel onto Artstal, taking down the Gen. The slow from the time dilation, holding back Dendi, but he got off the shackle onto Crit. Power shot before he gets sent back by Artstal, and Dichira brings down another. Now he's got to get himself out of this one. Fly's got the Sunray. Notel going forward with the time walk. He's going to need a bash to deal with this one. Dichira's got an armlet. Back up from Dendi. He comes back in with the TP. Can he find himself another kill? That is the question. Notel, time walks up. Dendi getting into position, looking for the shackle. Will it connect? Yes, it does. Dendi finds it. Up to the high ground with the focus fire. Is it enough? No. The Sunray heal. Notel jumps back down. Dichira gets himself inside a creep. What's he going to do with this play? Dendi with a power shot. Looking to continue to fight. Still got the duration of the focus fire, but again, Notel, another time walk back. Hancock comes through. The crush from General catching out Notel and Moon. Still the focus fires there again. Notel with the time walk out again. Moon amplified up. Dichira getting himself away. Dendi gets the shackle back, holding out. Moon on the dark seer. General with the crush, trying to escape now. And Na'Vi, they will disengage here.
How did no one die?
Don't speak too soon, Andy.
Nah, they can't kill him.
Dendi's still playing.
I mean, he's landed so many shackles consecutively. It's actually insane. How did that one on the ramp latch? Volvo, please. I thought they like decreased the angle at which shackle actually latches to trees. That was insane.
They just decreased it for everyone else and put all that RNG into Dendi.
They really did. I don't know. That was a pretty crazy fight, all things considered, and Na'Vi probably walk away pretty happy without losing the Lifestealer or the Wind Ranger that entire time. It's just really difficult for those heroes without ultimates, like Artstal?
Stone to the face, Artstal. Sunraid as well. He's getting 6.87.
Just think about how many nerfs Earth Spirit's gotten and the fact that he's still this good of a hero.
Oh, mid lane. Looking for a wrap-out glimpse already onto Notel. They have managed to contain him again. It will be the shackle in time. Do they have the damage to bring him down? But the Sunray, the heal is there. Can they keep Notel alive? No, the crush is there. Can't get the time walk out. Notel's down. And looking for more. Dichira raised up. Spawn out Fly, but Fly diving himself away. Still on the sidelines. Miracle already with the wraparound. He's level 11. 2 points in the Omni stash. Can he find the opening? Dendi's got to be careful. Okay. One more touch and the bottle's gone. Crit with the stick. Rolling forward. They want to try and catch Dendi. Crit. He's got a border to kick, but Dendi's too far now. Will get himself away from it.
That was actually pretty next level for Miracle. Like, he didn't know the courier was there because he didn't have vision, but he just A-clicked through the trees. So by A-clicking through the trees like you would normally to get, you know, an auto attack off on a hero who would be standing there, he just hits the courier as soon as it shows up. Just little things, you know?
Radiant structures are fortified.
They'll fortify this mid lane. I mean, Notel, he is indeed going for that Battle Fury Void.
Haven't seen this for a very
This is
long
old school.
time.
Oh, look at this. I mean, OG goes straight in. Surto Crit is missing the boulder smash, though. General, got to be careful. Miracle's there. Has an Omni. Is going to use it straight onto the Slardar. The final crit to seal the deal. And General's down. Can they themselves anything more? Return. Just glimpsing back Fly into the kinetic field, but Artstal's got to be careful. Dendi's there as well. They're actually using the Supernova. They'll get the Chrono out onto Artstal. They're looking to take down the champ, but Dendi with the shackle. Artstal silence goes down, but here's Dichira going to work. Notel gets the time walk out. Now OG on the retreat. They've found themselves two. They're just going to keep themselves there. The self-sustain is ridiculous from this lineup as they're all sitting on full health.
Notel went from 30% health to full because he like used time walk and then got mech'd at the same time. So he just shoots back up to 100% HP. Like you said, the sustain on this team is ridiculous. The Juggernaut pick turns out is very strong when the enemy team literally just can't gank you, right? Like, the one time he died, he used spin to push out the wave, and then he gets glimpsed back. And there was another one inside of a team fight where that lasted, what, like a minute and a half before he ended up dying?
Pretty much.
But the nice thing about this lineup is normally you don't see Juggernaut picks into these types of cores, but he's not the only core. That's the part that makes it work. Like in a lineup.
Look at this. Special delivery for Notel, and it involves a Lifestealer jumping in. They'll get the crush. Can they get the damage down? Crit with the stun. It's not enough because Dichira with the rage battles through, takes down Notel. The rest of OG just scattering now. But picks like these, I mean, everything for Na'Vi, you can see that both Ditchera and Dendi, they are keeping themselves up there in terms of the net worth. It's still a lead for Miracle. But Miracle is only 500 ahead, and we saw in game one, at this point, he was 3,000 ahead. So already Na'Vi feeling a lot better with the way and the pace that this game is going, considering the heroes they've got. And looking towards Dendi, he's now got the Aghanim Scepter done.
That's true, and a lot of it's going to boil down to those two heroes that you mentioned as well. Like the Wind Ranger obviously being one of them. You have to look to the Void as well. Talk about, the sphere placement of No-Tail into these fights. Think about mid when he landed that sphere so nicely that the Juggernaut was able to attack the Slardar even while he was stuck inside of the Chrono and just managed to turn fights like that. So I think that's going to be the main focal point going forward. Because if No-Tail lands a good sphere, fight probably lost for Na'Vi, because you won't be able to hit the egg. The Earth Spear can get magnetized off. There's a Vac Wombo combo on top of that as well. And because of the fact that No-Tail is also going Battle Fury, it means that he has no qualms going into this late game. Like, he is building himself for a transition out of the mid game into the late game, just as a backup plan in case, him and Miracle can't do enough work during this part of the game to be able to win it.
And Na'Vi just a little bit apprehensive about OG maybe going for the Roshan. They do scan outside the pit, but it's not going to be the case. Rosh is still there for the taking. Neither team looking to go for it yet. Maybe with the Ags and, of course, just the Amplify. Na'Vi can go for it, and they can take it down relatively quickly. At the same time, OG's team fight is incredibly scary around the pit. To the point where you imagine that Na'Vi's got to find a pickup before they go for it. In fact, trying to lead in with the Focus Fire. Miracle. Blade freeing away. There's now a blink done on General, so there's a lot of catch from Na'Vi. Blink Slardar, glimpse from Seneko. It is scary, but at the same time, OG, they've got ways to respond to it and to hit back equally as hard. It's an incredibly close game, and it's going to be a very exciting one as the action pans out.
Now, both teams certainly have the tools to run away with this game, but I think OG's lineup is just a little bit easier to execute. When you have Void, it's a really nice lineup for the hero, because everyone on his team can contribute even when the sphere is down. So like Juggernaut can go in, he can cast Spin, walk into the sphere, still deal damage, or he can Omni. You have Sunray on top of the Void, which is just ridiculous. The Egg, Earth Spirit, there's so much synergy between these heroes. And it's not a Jug solo core against a Slardar and a Lifestealer, which would be just abysmal. And that's what we've been seeing, right? It's always safe lane Jug. And the reason why it always fails is because it's in a bad matchup and you're supposed to farm on this hero, but you farm against heroes that carry the gold better than you do. So OG's solution is to just have another core that trumps the other two and a mid matchup that's still not totally disfavored, on top of having great synergy with the rest of their heroes and sustain. It's just a really nice sound draft coming in from OG here in game 2.
Oh, that's sad.
Board down. It is sad. There was actually a Reddit post about that. Guy was actually legitimately upset that he had to hear the thing go away.
Kind of turns me on.
Oh, come on, Owen. I would probably talk to a therapist about that. Also, Scan gonna hit here from OG.
Let's see what they can do with this one. No-Tail's got a Chrono. See what the lead-in can be. Art Style and General pounding onto the tower. Can they get the jump in? No-Tail jumps, but already General gets the blink out. They've only caught Art Style. I mean, they should be able at least to find the chain kill. I mean, pops the mech out. They'll still get him eventually. There we have it. Rolling in. Oh, hello on the backlines. Fly taken down by Ditchera. Miracle with the Blade Fury, but Ditchera wants to go back in with the Amplify down. Ditchera get himself in a touch-up, but no crit. There with the response. Blinking it. Oh, the 4-man crush from General. Ditchera slams down on the kitty cat. Can he get himself out?
Time dilation, dude.
Moving in, Ditchera, he's ditched dead. Oh, shackle from Dendi. Don Diddy looking for crit. Can he get the focus fight down? Oh, can. The static storm as well. They've caught crit. They've caught Miracle as well. Dendi, can he fight his way around this? At the same time, Moon has taken down the Slardar. Miracle continuing to chase Seneko. Dendi will be fine as well, but OG certainly having the superior fight there and getting the big kill onto Ditchera. But you can see in terms of the positioning that they were in, the gold exchange isn't actually that huge. It's a fairly even trade in terms of numbers. But they will be happy with that Ditchera kill.
Getting the Slardar and the Lifestealer is like trading your supports for that any day of the week if you're OG. You do that trade over and over again. But still a nice shackle, managing to turn things around. Static Storm to follow it up from Seneko. Synergy is... You can feel it. I think that Na'Vi lately have always been the kind of team who, execution-wise, can always rise to the occasion. It's not like they're getting outplayed a lot. I think a lot of it is just, consistently for me at least, it's been their drafts. But This time around, it's a very even game still. I think Na'Vi could potentially pull it back, but it's going to be tough. I think a lot of it's going to be on the back of, you know, General's initiations. He does have the Lifestealer inside of him right now, too. So whoever they go on is going to get wrecked, pretty much.
I mean, is this game on a timer at all for either team? Or do you feel that both
it's on a
just hold
timer
this
for
on?
Na'Vi, I feel.
Yeah.
Unless Dendi just goes like
off.
God mode and just 2 hero shackles all day, every day.
Well, he's going to be gone mode.
Yeah. But this is one of the main reasons why his Chronosphere is just way too strong of a utility to go late game against. It's just too much of a risk because the ultimate is so big that No Tail he's going to catch heroes in it. It's not an ability that you often see missed. And because it's such a long lockdown, the later the game goes, the higher probability you have of dying because the heroes just deal exponentially more DPS during that lockdown.
Here come the TPs in, setting up onto No Tail. They will have a glimpse. Let's see how he plays it. Time dilation down onto General. No crush will be there, and that means that they can't really control him. Gets himself away. OG hanging back. No Tail. I mean, so as you said, we haven't really seen the Battle Fury build in a while. How does he follow it up? Did get the Blink Dagger, but does he just continue to build the DPS, or do we see him go back for like an Aghanims or you know, even maybe the Vlads, or is he purely playing for the right clicks?
I think he might just go Manta as well.
Yeah.
Miracle already bought one. Yasha's a value item on Void for sure. You want the mobility, you want the attack speed. Being able to get rid of the amplified damage is also very nice. Open wounds as well. Dispels a lot of good things. Can even use it to get rid of the Thunderstrike, which would get you glimpsed into a Static Storm.
Slardar actually glimpsing back Miracle away from the side of Na'Vi. And Na'Vi did look for a play there. They were smoked up, but OG were well aware. I believe they spotted them out in the river.
Yep.
And so OG just playing responsibly, very carefully.
And they don't have Chronos, so they got to wait 15 more seconds. No Tail will have it up, and maybe they just smoke behind this. Yeah, Crit's got one on them, so I'm just guessing they're going to go in after these abilities are up, look for a team fight. They're going to preemptively... Or actually, that was Navi's scan, anticipating a smoke and not going to hit it.
I mean, looking at the... What's the graph looking like at the moment? It's still that...
I mean, it's actually a larger lead than you would think,
yeah,
because the kill score is very close, but it's mainly just because these two heroes, the Juggernaut and the Void, are getting so much out of the map, because Navi's heroes just have a really hard time ganking them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's just all around just more efficient play in terms of...
Yeah, exactly.
You know, just farming up the lanes and getting good progression on your heroes for the side of OG. Let's see what Na'Vi can do at the back of the fight. No Tail jumps in onto Ditchera. Is there any kind of save here for the man? They're trying to control No Tail, but he's already out. Ditchera falling low. Can he live for this one? He gets the rage out. Now it turns onto No Tail. No Tail gets the time walk off the sidelines, and now Ditchera turning towards the egg. They need to take down the Supernova with the vacuum. The wall is there. Fly, he goes down. They'll get it out in time. A Miracle jumps in with an Omni Slash. It's a double kill for Moon. Now on a godlike streak, and Dendi, he's got to run. He's got to hide. Picks up an Invis Rune. He's going to be okay. But now we're starting to see just more secure fights being executed by OG. That blink initiation from No Tail to make sure that they could just do everything that they can to bring down Ditchera at the beginning means it's very hard for Na'Vi to fight around off the back of that.
Man, Sunray Chrono is just ridiculous. It does so much damage. Normally a hero like Lifestealer at this stage in the game with his items, so tanky. He has like 7 plus 14 armor with armor toggled on. And he has, what, like 2,000 health? Still just gets evaporated inside of the Chronosphere. And it's not even like No Tail has a huge amount of damage items. He just has a Battle Fury and Treads.
Talking about it, maybe Danny can find this. They've got a ward on No Tail. They know he's around in the jungle. Can they get the catch out? I think No Tail, yeah, he's too speedy, too time walky.
Yeah, he knows.
He's gone.
And he does pick up a Yasha, so it's still very likely to be the Manta style for him.
I mean, if you're Na'Vi at this spot, do you need to keep looking for pickoffs?
Oh, absolutely.
You just can't
need
afford
to
sit back.
And you can even see a scan coming out. Like, perhaps OG were anticipating a smoke movement out of them. They only saw one hero on the map, and it was Dendi. So just knowing that if they were in Na'Vi's shoes, they would put themselves on that timer and say, we need to try to take some kind of engagement. We have Slardar. If we win one good fight, the next time Roshan's up, we can just get that. And if we can get Roshan, then we can take one more successful fight, and you go from there. You know, you try to snowball the game into your favor by getting one objective at a time. But without the use of a smoke, there's just no way they're ever going to catch OG off guard.
I mean, it really feels that Na'Vi, I've had a few glimpses of hope, but now at this point it's just OG falling back into that comfort zone of the level of Dota that they play at, where they are ahead, and unless they make a mistake, it's going to be very hard for Na'Vi to get themselves on top of the side of OG.
And we'll see what Na'Vi can do about it. Their high ground defense isn't too bad. They got the initiation power, they got the team fight with the Disruptor, but there will come a stage when heroes start buying BKB. And when that happens, like if Miracle wants to, heck, he could even buy it now if he doesn't want to go Scotty, because he's already got Manta, Diffusal, Blink. And that's kind of like the trifecta that most Juggernauts go for nowadays if they're not going to be going Battle Fury. But with that item, it's just so difficult for the rest of Na'Vi to really have any impact. Then you have a Chen who falls off very hard.
So we can get done here mid. General, with Ditchera inside him, and Ditchera's got the Desolator. So, I mean, if you're jumping someone with this slider, you're killing them. No tail, actually blinking, but time was back up. And they can't catch it. They can't quite close that gap. So again, no tail. He's been allowed to get away with this each and every time, just coming into Na'Vi's side of the jungle and taking away the creeps.
And not getting anything really done across the map. That's the real issue right now for Na'Vi. We kind of have to stress the importance of Void in the late game. And if you Chronosphere properly and you hit like one core, it doesn't even have to be like a 3 or 4 man. Just one core. You know, you kill the Lifestealer, you kill Denby, fight is just one at that point because you lose so much damage. And the net worth between the Lifestealer and the Wind Ranger on the team, they have double of the next highest person. So with that team fight composition that OG currently have, knowing Roshan is also up, that was a very fast spawn, by the way. Like, this is the fight that Na'Vi, if they want to get their way back into the game, this is the fight that they need to be able to win to do it.
And it's so hard to do, especially with Miracle having this TD.
Tower is under attack.
He has been getting a lot of those, actually.
He certainly has. I feel like this is his third at least this game.
That was an auto-activated DD, by the way, because the Bounty Rune spawned.
Yeah.
Normally, we just want to save that for the fight or save it for the push. Use it to get a tower deny, though.
Efficiency is its finest. And it really feels like Na'Vi at this point, they just are very hesitant on what to do.
They want to do something,
yeah,
because there's no reason you group up and then just not go in unless you're really scared about the ensuing fight and your probability of winning it not super high. But the thing is, by giving OG the objective, you're still falling further behind. Look at that camera work.
He's so happy, that cat.
All right. No tail, potentially padding the win rate of the 6.87 Battle Fury Void build. I can see it happening right now.
Can they do anything to stop the... Oh, Fly. Minusing Artstyle's creeps. Now OG. No tail. Looking for a jump in. Okay! Blinks in. Gets the Chrono onto Denny and Artstyle. The follow-up kick from Korea on the sidelines. The Sunray as well. It's an easy double kill for Fly as the setup is perfect from No Tail.
That was a double kill steal, more like it. I would have reported him for that one. They were at like no HP.
I would have reported him for playing Phoenix.
That's actually true. That hero is just super strong.
I shall report Na'Vi for not banning the blooming hero.
Actually, that's a good point. What were their first 2 bans? I don't remember.
I don't know, but I've seen 2 games in a row where Fly's played Phoenix, and I'm sure he's smart.
It must have been Beastmaster something.
Beastmaster Enchantress. Oh no, sorry, that was their ban. Yeah, so Doom Wisp. Okay. Thanks, what?
All right, so I'm really kind of running out of options here from Na'Vi. Like my map's getting taken away from us, and all of a sudden, I don't know how I'm supposed to take a fight. Like, what is our win condition for a team fight? I think the Chronosphere pretty much has to completely whiff, and we need the Slardar to land like a huge crush into a 2-hero shackle, and then hope that the Boulder Smash misses or something. I don't know. There are just so many things that have to go right. Na'Vi are going to try to chase this out. They're going to get a glimpse.
Okay, and with the Blink Crush onto Moon, but OG, they're going to retaliate. They're going to jump forward. The Greaves, oh, the vacuum, bringing 3 of them back. Omnislice coming through. Also gets that hand of God out. It's not going to save him, and now with the Supernova, they've got it back. They've managed to kill Moon, but OG still very much in the driver's seat as they jump in onto Dendy. The bash is there from No Tail. Wind Ranger to fall as well, and now General on the retreat, but crit rolls in. The crit from Miracle himself, taking himself a double kill. They'll move back onto the racks. And OG again in game 2. I mean, this is looking pretty rocky for Na'Vi. It certainly wasn't as easy for OG as game 1, but game 2, It seems to be swinging the same way. OG just coming out on top at the moment. It's 27-14. They'll clear out the Rex in the middle lane. Na'Vi, they need some huge plays. They're just so far behind now.
The draft from OG was just,
now.
It was absolutely stellar this game. The Jug mid, the last pick Void, the synergy with the rest of the heroes.
The Battle Fury Void, I love it.
There was just nothing that Chen could do during the early game. Like against Earth Spirit, as long as Crit is on his A game, like he broke that early smoke as well. That was one of Artstyle's first rotations, if not his actual first. Stopped him from having any impact in the game. There's no tempo control for the middle lane. They only kill Miracle like one time. And then the Void's just free farming. Gets Battle Fury, continues to farm, hits a couple of nice spheres. The first one was a little bit of a whiff, but it didn't really matter. Because again, the Chen was already just totally inconsequential to the draft of Na'Vi this game. And it's not often that you say that, because Artstyle's Chen or Ench usually get something done. Even in adverse circumstances. But this time around, just totally shut down by OG's lineup. It has been OG from pretty much minute one.
Oh.
Alrighty then.
Well, it was a good attempt from Na'Vi here. Well, I say good. I mean,
you're going to say it was an attempt.
It was an attempt.
Yeah.
They're getting quite heavily punished. They've lost. Lost two. They do get a glimpse back onto Nota to make sure nothing else comes of it. Oh, Miracle with the cut down.
This is a super old school Void build, by the way. He's going to get him, isn't he?
The answer is yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, Na'Vi knew they had to do something.
At least it's a best of 5.
You can't really like sit around and wait for OG to end the game. It's just so much pressure being constantly put on you because you know the late game is not really going to favor you against OG's heroes.
Oh, all right. We're going to get killed down here. Dichira, the help of Sineko's lockdown.
You know what I actually feel when I watch this game? I feel like I'm watching MVP. Like that's what OG's lineup says to me is they're playing like the MVP style of Dota where they like to pick either the PL or the Juggernaut mid when they have another hero on the team who can transition into the hard one who has like the better late game potential and they just fight.
Like Miracle.
Like this game is just over, man. It's over.
Oh. Oh boy. He's got ages. Hey, can they kill him a second time here? Let's see perfect timing. Oh, they've got him!
All right. They're kind of losing their racks as top, though, while they're chasing.
Yep. Miracle, just going to wonder, hey, is this the Na'Vi comeback? They have taken 2.
They seem to be lacking a base.
They still got one. They got lane in Rex. Hear him out. Stop being such a pessimist, man.
Well, I mean, they got 1 Rax left. Okay.
General's got this. Dendy's got this.
Okay.
Actually, they might actually have this. They might actually have this. The Shackle won't connect. No, they don't have this.
Not like
They do not have this. Oh, man. That's just...
And you said I was being a pessimist.
Yeah. I think you were being optimistic, Andy.
Oh, God.
Saying,
all right, there we go.
Cool. All right, OG once again. I mean, look at the smiles on their face. They're just, all right.
I mean, I would feel pretty good about that game if I was OG.
Yeah.
I felt like the draft was good, the play was good, everything just kind of clicked for them. Na'Vi had a really hard time getting their footing. The Chen really didn't do much in the early phases.
Oh, boy.
The Disruptor, I don't know, that lineup is very hard to execute. Like, you gotta just crush the early game, I think, if you're Na'Vi, if you want to win that game. Like, you just need to snowball like they did against VP. That's the same kind of style that you have to play. And OG were just ready for them every step of the way.
Well, there we have it. 2-0 at the moment. OG with quite an entrance into this grand finals.
Yeah.
We did invite these guys back because they were the champions. We won't be inviting them back again, even if they are champions again. God damn it, they're playing too well.
If I'm wrong. They did 3-0 the last time they played in the finals as well. Was it 3 or 3-1?
It was a 3-1 Empire. I believe it was Empire. No, sorry, was it Pike scene?
No, it was Empire.
It was Empire. Yeah. Empire were able to take a game, so we'll see if that is going to happen. As Na'Vi, they've got one more chance to keep themselves in this, to maybe swinging it back around. Maybe we're going to see the most insane comeback from Na'Vi in this grand finals. I know you guys won't be going anywhere because you'll want to sit around and see if that happens. Game 3 round the corner, but OG leading the best of 5 grand finals at the moment, 2-0 at the moment. We'll head back to the panel after a short ad break. We'll see you guys soon.